Attachment theory states that there are 4 main styles of attachment created by the behaviour and attitude of the caregiver towards the child. The type of bond the child has with their caregiver has a profound effect on the child and moulds their personality. This will create behaviour and thought patterns that can stay with the child right through their lives. The 4 styles are known as secure attachment, avoidant attachment, ambivalent attachment, and disorganised attachment. In this short video, we're going to be taking a more detailed look into ambivalent attachment, its behaviours and its causes. Hopefully, by the end, you'll be able to identify an ambivalent attachment style and be more understanding of the individual's behaviour. Before I go any further, if you haven't already seen it, I strongly suggest you watch our previous video, Children's Attachment Theory and How to Use It. Here we give a brief but detailed overview of attachment theory. Also, we talk about how you can use this information to help build a positive attachment with a child. A link to this video has been placed in the description. Anyway, let's crack on and delve deeper into ambivalent attachment. Ambivalent attachment is an insecure attachment style and results in clingy behaviour. Before we talk about its causes and effects in adult life, let's have some examples of typical ambivalent attachment behaviour so you'll be able to confidently identify it. A child with an ambivalent attachment may be unwilling to explore the world and move away from the caregiver. They suffer very quickly and severely with separation distress. This is the name for the anxiety which is felt when separated from the caregiver. In school, at playtime, they'll stay close to the adult monitoring the playground while all the other children run around playing and have fun. If you, as the caregiver, take the child to an adventure playground, they'll refuse to run off on the equipment unless you join them and stay close. When the child is older and away from the caregiver, they may make several phone calls, sometimes talking about subjects that are unimportant and could wait until they are back together with their caregiver. A child with an ambivalent attachment will be far more people-focused than task-focused. At a sports practice, while all the other children are doing drills, an ambivalent child will be more interested in the coaches than the activity, possibly doing the drill once, then making their way over to the coach to find out how they did, then not moving away to carry on with the task. In class, they'll be more interested in talking to the teacher and classmates than getting on with their work. They'll call out for the caregiver to come over on a regular basis and be unwilling to do even the most simple tasks alone. For example, make a drink or get up from their seat to get the TV remote. Although more people-based than task-based, the child would be extremely suspicious of strangers and would rather bury their head in their caregiver's legs than make eye contact with a stranger. The child will seemingly not accept the answer no. For example, if they want something and the caregiver says no, they'll repeat the question over and over. Despite all this clingy behaviour, the child will be rejecting of the caregiver when they try to interact with the child. What I mean by this is when the child calls the caregiver over, sometimes the child will want the caregiver to go away. Then they call them back again. They will be difficult to calm down at times of distress, holding on to sadness despite any comfort given by the caregiver. The child may also be willing to insult the caregiver, but justify this as just mucking around and playing. There is a sliding scale of ambivalent attachment, so the child does not have to display all of these behaviours to have an ambivalent attachment. Some may be more severe than others, but they're all still insecure. So what's this all about? Why would a child act in these ways? Well, ambivalent attachment is the result of the behaviour and attitude displayed by the caregiver towards the child. A caregiver who is inconsistent with the level of emotional and physical care towards a child will cause an ambivalent attachment. At times the caregiver is attentive to the needs of the child, while other times they're distant. They'll keep searching for the kind care and crave its response, but they'll fear the neglect, which means they'll be unwilling to fully connect with the caregiver. Hence calling the caregiver over, only to tell them to go away, then call them back over again, which can be seen as a bizarre and frustrating behavioural trait. Due to this attachment, they'll feel unworthy and will require constant reassurance. This explains the insulting behaviour towards the caregiver. They're looking for reassurance that they'll be forgiven. If unresolved, as adults, this attachment style leads to difficulties in relationships. They'll struggle to settle with a partner as they'll worry that the partner doesn't love them back. They will not give their partner freedom for fear that they'll leave them, and they will become overly dependent on them. They'll struggle to be alone, but won't feel that their friends truly like them. They'll have low self-esteem and will require approval and praise from work colleagues and friends. They'll suffer from anxiety and be prone to worrying and stress. They'll be extremely emotional and may blow up over a small matter, which we call going nuclear. Again, there is a sliding scale on attachment styles, and some may be more severe than others, but everyone who has an ambivalent attachment feels insecure. Knowing which attachment style you're confronted with allows you to be more understanding towards the behaviours of the individual and know that it's not them misbehaving, it's their past experiences causing the behaviour. If you are more understanding, you are more likely to build a positive attachment with the child and over time make them feel more secure. This video should help you identify children with an ambivalent attachment style. As I've already said, for an overview on attachment theory, take a look at our video, Children's Attachment Theory and How to Use It. A link has been placed in the description.
Shalamar Children.